Well, okay, so here we have Joanna. She's going to be doing a more intermediate or more advanced type of workout. First thing in the morning workout. We're going to start below under the pelvis, on the sacrum. We're going to do our active pelvic tilts. Knees are going to come up off the ground, and she's going to do about somewhere between 30 and 50 of these active pelvic tilts. Again, this is decompressing the lumbosacral spine. She's going to be keeping track. Probably she'll go up to 50. And as she's doing this, again, she's staying nice and vertical with the thighs. The knees are slightly above or closer to the chest than the hips. That way we're not using any of the hip flexors. It's got up to 30. This is decompressing pretty much the L4-5 and L5-S1 discs, which helps reinitiate imbibition or rehydration, and also helps stimulate mechanoreceptors that live inside of the disc, which help release endorphins in the brain. So this is a good warm-up for the discs.
I'm definitely starting to bring my knees in doing it.
You can see that?
As I was fatiguing, I was starting to,
Yeah, and that's pretty common, so you just want to look for that. Now she's going to roll on her side. We're going to do a more advanced way, where she's going to be lying up on the top of this, the fulcrum peak, rather than down in the valley, and she's going to be doing about 50 of these side lifts, which is pretty impressive. So, all right, so go ahead. She has pressure onto the heel of the hand, contract the tricep, which means the body weight's coming across. A very good form with the legs. She's contracting both quads fully, both knees are fully extended. The toes are just tapping a little bit, and the top foot is slightly offset with the bottom. And she's going to keep track of her own count here.
19, 20.
So if you're doing this at home, you maybe start to feeling some fatigue. What you want to do is to really contract the glutes and the quads very strongly. If you can put the head down to the floor a little bit, you can use your body weight tilting. She's at 30 now. She's crushing it. It's pretty good. We've been doing a few of these tonight. Again, she has pressure on the tricep. The pressure's coming forward. She is not rolling backwards and going into a pike. She's starting to go in a little bit of a pike. Try to keep it back if you can, Joe. There you go. Very nice. And it's the amount of contraction of the core is exceptional with this type of lift. And then she's going to get a little break when she stops. We're going to go back into those active, now it's at the 50. We're going to go back to our active pelvic tilts. This is a welcome break. Here she's going to go into the more advanced way, which is the knees coming up over the chest. Again, the fulcrum is below the belt. It has to stay below the belt, so we create this little gap under here. Yep, just like that. And this is, again, it's a tremendous advantage. It's for people who like to do the traditional, like Williams flexion exercises, that we have this fulcrum that is shaped to accept the pelvis. And if you notice the pelvic bones, they go here and here. They're at different angles, and that's why the body fulcrum is specifically designed for support of that. Bodyfulcrum.com. It's a specially designed laminated fulcrum that holds up very well, even though we're using a very soft material. Now, after she did that 50. Now she's up to 100 that she's done so far on the lumbar decompressions. And again, there's the valley. You can see the valley. She's past the valley with her center of gravity. And now she's going to start doing her pelvic, her side lifts. You notice her head is not moving up and down. Her shoulders are level. She's staying down nice and tight. Her arms are up. Do not grab with the top hand, okay? The temptation is to grab with the top hand. We just caught her up there doing that. Now on this side, she has had an old issue on this side, so you can see she's kind of piking a little bit, which is a common way to recruit the hamstrings, which we don't want to do. So we want to do our best. Try, Joe, just try to stay back a little bit farther. Good. Now go up and down. So you have to slow it down a little bit. That's fine. Again, there should be a lot of tension to that tricep as the pressure is well into the heel of the hand. There are ways that we can get the person into like a prayer sign where you don't hold the hands at all, and that'll be on the more advanced video, which we'll be putting up soon. Again, you're strengthening the IT band attachments, the lateral knee, and the inner knee, which is a very different thing to do, but because we're strengthening the inner knee, we're helping to stabilize tracking problems with patella tendon and other types of patellofemoral tracking problems. 9, 50. There you go. She did the real way, not like Ron Burgundy did. Okay, on your back. And then you need a little break so she can do another 50. A little lower than that, just a hint. Right. Good. And now she's going to do 50 now. So this is a nice break as far as your wind goes. But again, we're still putting the decompression into the spine. So now we're up to, when she finishes this set of 50, we'll be up to 150 active decompressions. There's no other exercise device in the world that allows you to do active spinal decompressions. Spinal decompressions machines may cost somewhere between $30,000 and $50,000. They're computerized, they have weights, and they're doing a decompression, but they're not active. So they're not strengthening your core. This is a completely unique and revolutionary device and exercises that were developed specifically for the body fulcrum by Bicor Incorporated, and we're bringing those to you today. This is one of our first workout videos that we're going to be posting. I think it's our second one, but our first one was just a mild one. Now when she finishes up this set, Joanna, you're probably going to have to move down off the wall a little bit.
I was moving.
That's a common thing that you'll see. Now she's going to work the core specifically. She's going to bring the body fulcrum up. If you're a woman, it's going to be just at the top of the fulcrum. It's going to be right at the sort of the bra line, at the bottom of the bra, and it's definitely above the stomach, okay? The further up you go, the more difficult it is. And now we're going to bring both legs off the ground. We're going to stagger the legs so one leg is closer to the chest, do a little sit-up, and then it's up and down with the pelvis. And here we want to see the knees track straight up and down, the pelvis track straight up and down. Now we're getting a different type of decompression. Here she's adding in some obliques by lifting up, and you want to not pump the upper body. So Joanna, keep that head still, keep that arm still, keep the arm, and you're only moving the pelvis. Only move the pelvis up and down. Here we go, and we'll come from the top. Again, the legs have to be staggered because we're putting emphasis onto the one psoas muscle, then onto the other psoas muscle. Here she's doing a few more of these.
We're doing 10 each.
She's doing 10 each, so 10 each basically means one knee is closer than the other, and then one oblique is being more activated than the other one. So you could do 4 shoulder positions with 2 knee positions. So you'll do each shoulder position with 1 knee up. So here she just switched, and then you'd switch the knees and then do each shoulder position. So here she's coming up on 40, and she's really doing a great job there. When you're done, I always slide that underneath the pelvis. There you go. And then you can just bring the knees up, just pull the knees to the chest, and there's a very nice relaxation and just a straight flex, just a straight knee to chest stretch, and then you're done. Joanna, thank you very much. She did it.